So Charlie, when he was doing his valve cover leak, he discovered he's got the same issue with his camshafts on his 790 as he had before he left the UK. He was in contact with KTM. He got an email when we were at Chichen Itza, sending him back to Merida, where we are now. Bike's gone in. Yes, they've confirmed the camshafts need replacing and the cam followers. That's now getting done under warranty. Long story short, it's going to be another couple of weeks before the parts are here and the bike is ready. So Charlie is going to fly back to the UK because it actually works out less money for him to fly home, do a little bit of work, sort a few issues out with kit and stuff. So I'm going solo again, which is bizarre because we've been together now for the last 3 months in Mexico, and I'm setting off towards Guatemala alone, which is what this journey was all about originally. Pushes me out of my comfort zone. I am a little nervous. It's been nice having someone have your back, and also, you know, someone to chat to and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm alone now in Central America. Strange feeling, full of trepidation, but also this is what I need for me to grow. This is it. This is the third time that myself and Charlie said goodbye. He's faffing down there. He's emotional. Here he is.
Yes, emotional.
So, well,
yes.
I will see you in
Colombia. Well, to see you.
Colombia it is. That'll be probably where I stop long enough for the broken 790 to catch me. Again, saying goodbye to little Charlie, and off to a place called Motul. I'm actually going to meet up with Round the World Paul. Kind of feeling a little bit discombobulated. A little emotional. I have enjoyed Charlie's company, even though I annoy him a lot and sometimes he annoys me. It has been fun. We are able to compromise pretty well with each other, what each other needs. Of course I'm full of nerves. Doing this alone in a country I don't speak the language is going to be challenging, but that's also what this is about, is pushing my comfort zone. If you don't go outside your comfort zone, you don't grow. So here I am in Motul. Morning, mate. How you doing?
Good.
Good to see ya. Joined up with Paul from Round the World Paul, or RTW Paul on socials. Going to head towards Manny, and I think the guy Bruce we were travelling with the other day is going to join us. And I'm probably going to travel to Guatemala with Paul, and then there I think we're going to go separate ways because I want to go up to some more ruins before going down to Antigua. It's amazing how these journeys just change so rapidly. Nice being open to different things. But yeah, we left that town this morning called Manny, And most of what we've been doing is little sort of back roads, little villages, but it punted us out off this last village onto this dirt road. We're quite deep down into the jungle now. We're quite away from any real civilization, which has been the first time for a while in Mexico that I've actually been somewhere there isn't people. So it's just myself and Paul on the T7. And I am kicking up some dust on him. This little dirt track that we've run connects two little villages together. And oh, look at that! Bit of tarmac. We're going right. Yeah, so we're buzzing along, thinking about it, looking all adventurous, and stood up, and then goes this little 125 the other way with 3 kids on it, sitting down, not a care in the world. Usual gringo overthinks things. Oh, this is the real Mexico. So this guy and his little boy, who you can't quite see because he's just behind the bike, been past a couple of times, and Paul's got great Spanish. He's having a chat. I need to learn more Spanish. In fact, I need to learn Spanish full stop. It's amazing. Sí. Okay.
Tony, Johan,
Tony, Johan,
Nereida.
Teresa,
Nereida.
Nereida, Demon, Demon,
Demon.
Demon.
Oh,
Nice to meet you.
vaya bien.
See you later. That's how it should be done. Free on a bike. Makes a change for it not to be me who's got a puncture. So unfortunately, Paul, round the world Paul, has got a nail in his tyre, tubed, so he's got to rip it off, pull the rim, blah 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 blah. Quiet road to to get a puncture on.
More money? Yeah, more money. How much more? I don't know. Where are you coming from?
From England, Angleterre.
Ah,
Long way, huh?
ah, yeah.
Or is he shy?
He's donkey.
This is donkey?
Same donkey.
We've now got Bruce with us, the Canadian guy. We're now heading down towards Tenoski, where we're going to stop the night, and then we're only 60 kilometres from the border at El Ceibo. Typical Mexican town though, full of colour, full of dishevelment. Wow, well, pretty in a garish kind of way. This is where we are going. So it looks like this morning is going to be a wet day. It was chucking it down all last night, but thankfully it's eased off, so it's just light drizzle. Oh, standing under a drip. Need to move from that. Border crossing this morning. I must say I am a little bit nervous about it. I don't know why. I think the fact of complete lack of Spanish, making sure the documents are correct and that they've done the right things, the things that I don't even know they're meant to be doing. So I'm going to be walked through it probably by Paul. Let's see how we get on. So I'm on the Nicaraguan side now, just doing the paperwork to get in. Shouldn't really be filming. Not a nice day to be crossing. At least we've got some shelter. It's grim, really grim. So the process continues. We've got some photocopies of our documents there. Our bikes are still back in the other side of the border. We've now got to go to somewhere to pay for our TIP, get some stamps, blah, blah, blah. So it turns out the place we pay for our TIP is a hardware store. And then we have to go back to the border control, hand half the document over, and then we get our blue sticker. But it seems the internet is down, and Paul's in the background. The internet is down, and we are twiddling our thumbs. Still torrential rain. Sweary Bruce there is not sworn once, actually, which is quite surprising. About an hour of waiting for the thing to come back online. We've now got the relevant paperwork, so we're going to walk back to the border to hand the paperwork over to get our sticker. The rain is still here. 2 hours I reckon it's taken us, which to be fair isn't that bad. It took me an hour to get into Mexico, so yeah, onwards and upwards. Need to find a little wee room now. So finally we're ready to go, and Sweary Bruce has an engine nut, a nut's come off his engine bolt, so we're now trying to get that sorted. Just behind me there is the fumigation. We paid 50 pesos, 16 Guatemalan Qataris to get that done. Right behind me is where you get your TIP done, and then out of town was where we had to go for paying the money, which was a weird one, and get some photocopies. But anyway, we're going to be on our way in a bit. So we're in Guatemala, and we stopped this little place here for a quick drink and a little bit of a snack, because we were at the border for 3 hours, and about 140 k's to where we're going now. Guatemala looks at the moment exactly the same as that part of Mexico we just left. But what I know, years ago that was Guatemala, not Mexico. That's why it looks the same. Well, yesterday was a very wet day. Finally got to La Libertana about 4 o'clock yesterday. Grotty little hotel. Worked out, I think, about $7 each. But it was dry, that was the main thing. So this morning we're going to head south to Cabin, I don't know how to say it, and then I think there's only going to be another day down to Antigua, where I'm going to start my intensive Spanish course. A bit concerned about that, 7 hours a day. I think it's going to absolutely fry my brain. But anyway, it's dry today. I think we forecast rain tomorrow, but dry today. Day 2 in Guatemala. It is actually got quite a different feel to Mexico. Definitely the indigenous people here look very different. And oh, stopped already. Got water. Look at that. Water. That's the old bridge. It's what I understand, it's about to take a ferry. The map shows. Heck yeah, here you go. Ferry. Map shows the bridge. Okay. What is this? That'll be the ferry then. That'll be a ferry. Yeah. We all agree. 5 Guatemala private. Gracias. 5 each. Just a little stop at the side of the road for a bit of fruit. DS10 Quasars, which is about £1. Love it. Chichi Castellan. Interesting name. Chichi Castellan. He's telling us both to get across. He's looking and thinking, those gringos. He's going to come and tell you off now. He's just mugged you off, mate. So we've just come from the church up there, which apparently is super sacred. People drag themselves up the stairs. Apparently there's blood on the steps, all the way up to the altar. But if you're not worthy of that church, you have to come to the chapel behind me. Religion, who knows? Right, mission accomplished. Got to Antigua, picked up my parcel. Seemed to still have a voltage issue with my bike. It was running perfectly okay this morning. Now it's not showing good on my volts. I'm not sure if it's the rectifier regulator that's causing the issues. I do have the one that was on with the last regulator that I might try later. The main thing is I've got to town where I'm going to be staying for the next week. So if I've got an issue, at least I get it sorted.